switchings. I be with them niggas getting money and with niggas who gangbang. You niggas too friendly, you too strange. Cop some better work, hit the block, save up, get a new chain. I see my uncle hop in a new range. He taught me how to rap, bubble pack, now I got me some new flavor. I know y'all niggas thought that y'all had me, but the glick in the stash, she tried me. Get popped like acne, we got buttons on the back of them ratchets. Two turn can't relax me, rock designer, bitch, ain't none of us tacky. Ain't have nothing but some noodles in the crib. On that demon time, I move crucial with my blick. Baby, I'm a blood, but I be grooving with my sig. I be getting paranoid, bitch, don't be moving through my crib. No, it's RMSG, and I started this shit with Miz. Vamping in the jacks, they know I did this shit with shiz. We really put that bat on ass. We don't talk about them kids. They know I'm from the trenches, so it is what it is. Yeah.
It's your boy Norm's 10A podcast. We are back. I'm sorry for the big ladder in the background. As you see, I'm still not done renovating. I apologize. I'm trying to get shit in order so I can get the show going on an everyday basis, which I'm probably gonna end up doing at least 5 days a week. So my man Tamika X, what's up? What's up? Box. Oh shit, my man Jay Curry in the building. My bad, Jay. I got a special call today. Real quick. You know, I'm trying to show love to the boxing community. As I build this network up in this channel, I'm going to continue to go. My man from Boxing Kings at Boxing Kings on Instagram. We'll bring them all right now. My guy, what's up?
What's up, my boy? How you been?
I'm good, man. What's the word, my G?
Shit, just cooling out here in Boston right now. Just riding around.
In Boston, the mean old streets of Boston. All right, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, I'm from Providence, but I just be bored just riding around, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I'm in the crib right now. I'm fucking renovating. It's kind of crazy. I got a ladder in the background. It's a lot of shit.
That shit look nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
trying. I'm trying to get there, bro. I mean, I'm not done yet. I'm almost. Once I'm done with my studio, it's gonna look crazy, and I'm gonna be going to a lot of events and stuff like that. I'm going to the Tim Tszyu fight. I'm going to a lot of these fights coming up this year, but the big news in boxing, Shakur Stevenson last night, Aussie quits.
Man, you think he's really gonna quit? I doubt it.
I'm gonna keep it real. There's a few reasons why he's doing this. Okay, the main reason is he can't get none of the fights that he's asking for. Devin Haney, Javante Davis. The main ones that he really wants. He cannot seem to get them. The Frank Martin fight is signed. Frank Martin backs out. I think
this dude's asking for too much, bro. You don't think so?
Well,
this dude wants.
Yeah.
For one, Shakur came up from what 130, right?
Yeah, 130
to the 135 division. You just came up to this rank, to this level, bro. All right, I understand he's nice. Yo, he's real fucking good. But my nigga, there's people already in there that's already been at the 135 division fighting for that top level. How you going to just come in and cut the line? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing.
I mean, no.
I don't mean nothing, bro. So it's okay for him to just Pete game. Let's say Frank Martin, right? Frank Martin's been in the 135 division for a while, trying to get to that fucking belt, bro.
Yeah.
Right? He fought Michelle Rivera, did a great job. He fought a few people, bro, did a great job. Why does Shakur Stevenson feel like he could just come into this division, bro, and just call out the top guys? Bro, there's dudes in this division that's been waiting for that line. He's
been putting work. He has
at the 130 division. At the 130 division.
He's at 135. Every fight he's asked for. I mean, he's beaten everybody he's fought at 135. I think he's fought already 2 fights.
He only fought 2 fights at 135.
Davis.
That tank fight ain't gonna happen no time soon.
It's never gonna happen. Javante.
He outpriced himself with Haney. The same shit he did at Haney. The same shit he did with Haney, bro. The same shit he did with Haney. He clowned Frank for doing it to him.
Shakur has a name. Frank don't got a name like that. Let's break it down. So let's break it down real quick. Shakur Stevenson has a name. Javante Davis
has a name.
Never gonna fight anyone that can beat him. He's gonna keep fighting Jimmy from the Chicken Shack. He's gonna fight this Mexican guy over here. He's not fighting anybody. Let's keep it real.
Cool.
But he doesn't have a belt either. He wants a high profile fight. Let's keep it a beam. Gervonta's not going to fight him. Gervonta doesn't hold the title, to be honest with you. So let's just say, let's take the titles out of the situation. What bigger fight would be for Gervonta Davis outside of him fighting Haney than fighting Tank is the face of boxing? Shut up. He's not the face of boxing. Stop it. I hear people say that stupid shit. What's a bigger fight than him fighting Shakur or Lomachenko? I mean, I get what...
Bro, Tank is a big name in the sports. You can't just discredit Tank like that, bro. Tank is...
I didn't say
Tank
that.
Before... No. P-Game. Every name Tank got on his resume, he gave them an O.
What name?
What names?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Rolly Romero?
No, I ain't even talking about Rolly, but he gave Rolly an O too. And Rolly was, before Rolly even fought Tank, Rolly was somebody big. Even though he was an opera fighter, bro.
He had 11 fights, 12 fights. What are we talking about here?
Rolly?
Yes.
Rolly was all right. He was an up-and-coming prospect, bro. Before he fought Tank. He fought Leo Santa Cruz.
He could have.
That was another champion.
He went from 126 to 135 to fight him, 130 to fight him. He wasn't a 135 fighter.
Tank went from 135. Tank went to 140 to fight up.
Guy, he fought Martin Barrios. He had Lomachenko. He had Kambosos, Haney. He had Shakur in his division. He had everybody in his division. Didn't choose to fight any of those guys. We're not gonna go there with Tank.
It's not that, bro. It's the money, bro. You got to get your name out there, bro. That's
bro.
Like you. That's like
put yourself in Tank's shoes. Cruz makes more money than him fighting Shakur Stevenson. This is not about Tank right now. Let's get back to. Let me get back to my guy. So Shakur Stevenson decides to retire. He's just tired of the bullshit. Like anybody that's out there right now can see it. I mean, he got killed for his last fight. I mean, apparently he was hurt. I don't know if he was hurt or not, but he got killed for not, having a great fight. He's not getting any of the fights he wants. Tank won't fight him. Devin won't fight him. It's to the point where it's like, what are you going to do? Who actually has the belt at 135? Lomachenko's fighting for the belts against, he's fighting for one of the belts versus Kambosos. Who has the belts at 135? I just totally forgot who has the belts at 135. I can't hear you. Yeah, your volume's off. You're going to have to go back out and come back in. But get your money up and destroy somebody? Dude, Tank, listen, Shakur Stevens is pretty much done with the politics. And you got to understand also as well, his biggest, you got to go out and come back in. His biggest influence is Terrence Crawford, who for years didn't get any of the fights. For years didn't get his big fights until he was 35, got fucking Errol Spence. So I feel like he is definitely seeing what Crawford went through and doesn't want to go through it. And the fact that he's in a loaded division and can't get a fight and he's a name is insane. Like, guys, I know a lot of people love Gervonta Davis. A lot of people love Gervonta Davis, and I think he's a very talented fighter. But the fact that he doesn't fight anyone, and you have a big name in your division, you have a few of them. You have a lot of fighters. You can go to 140 and fight guys. You got Teofimo out there. You know what I mean? It's absolutely insane. Do I know Tank's next fight? I guarantee you not one of them is named Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. I can guarantee you that's not going to be the fight. But I can't be mad at Shakur Stevenson for how he feels in regards to just the boxing politics. I've seen Teofimo express that, how he gets treated, and how the big fights aren't made. You know, I mean, the only person that's taken the big fights at this point, and people are going to kill me for this, is Canelo at this point. Canelo's the only one that has a resume that's insane, and his next 4 fights are really big names, or 3, whatever the fuck it is. But it's sad that in this day and age that these fighters don't see each other. They don't fight. So I totally get.
You gotta blame Mayweather for that.
Oh no, Mayweather is, and you know what's crazy?
Why they want to lose that old, bro?
But you know what's the crazy thing too? This really that Mayweather really affects the African American fighters, the young African American fighters, because Latino fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Canelo, they continue to grow. It almost feels like a lot of those fighters, They don't want to take out because they feel like it's over. I mean, listen, Devin Haney's at 140. He's not trying to unify against Teofimo. He's talking about going to 147 to fight Barrios. I mean, I totally understand what Shakur Stevenson is feeling in regards to like the best don't fight the best, and especially in those divisions. And then it's whack.
Yeah, but Shakur can't be calling out the best and giving us performance like that, though, bro.
I mean, I was shitting.
And he's a great fighter. It's the way he fights, bro. Like, come on.
He had one bad fight.
Watching me, bro.
I mean,
nah, almost all his fights he fights like that, bro. Not like that, but he's always on something. He's not trying to engage with no fighter. He's not trying to knock you out. He's trying to beat you by points, bro. That's it. That's his system, bro. It's by points.
Most people in that
he's not gonna knock you out.
Tank is only looking for one punch. So he's fighting a bunch of bums. Devin Haney's beating you the same way. Lomachenko is probably one of the only dogs in there in Teofimo. I mean, I get what you're saying, but a lot of these fighters are scared to lose that. Oh, and it's killing that division. That's
so Pedraza was a bum. You say, right?
He's not the top. He's not the top fighters in that division. You can't sit there and tell me you want the big fights and not take Lomachenko, Devin Haney, and none of these guys. No, Pedraza's not in that level. No, he's not in that category.
He's not a bad fighter, right?
Somebody just said Devin.
How about Liam Walsh?
Hold on.
What do you think about Liam? Who?
Somebody said Devin just fought the number one guy at 140. No, he did not. Rich Banks. The number one guy at 140 pounds is Teofimo Lopez. What are you talking about? He's missing one belt because Joshua Taylor had to relinquish one of them, which was to Progress. He did not fight the number one guy at 140. But yeah, you were saying?
I don't think he's the number one guy at 140 either.
No, Teofimo's the number one guy at 140. He has the belts. I mean,
yeah. Teal. I can't complain. Teal's good. Yeah.
Teal's a dog.
He's a dog. Yes, he is. He's a dog. But in my point of view, I feel like right now I'm gonna give it a guess. I feel like Shakur should jump to 140 and fight Matias and prove to them boys
I think he beat
that he ain't scared of Matias. He ain't scared of Matias.
Nobody's trying to fight Matias right now.
Hell no. You know, I think Matias is the tank at 140. Can we agree? He's knocking everybody the fuck out, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he got power in both hands. He kind of reminds me of like a Tito Trinidad from back then, but I wouldn't say he's Tank. Tank is a little more dynamic, and he's more punishing. He's more active. Like Tank is not that active. Like, if you ever watch his fights, Tank really isn't as active as you may think. He kind of sits on a punch, but Tank is a big star. Like you can't argue the fact that Tank is a big star. Somebody said belt-wise, yeah, but Matias is crazy. Matias is good, but Matias, Teofimo put out there that he called him out, and Matias said he had a hand injury. So I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
he put out all the proof out there too, so I believe him.
I mean, I would like to see Matias. I mean, Shakur go to 140 and fight Matias. That would be dope. But
that's what Shakur should do. Move up to 140, because at 135 there's no fight for him. There's none.
Fights for him. I mean, he was supposed to fight Lomachenko. Then he said he wanted the winner for Lomachenko.
He's fighting the winner. He's supposed to be fighting the winner of Lomachenko.
That's supposed to happen, but I think that's what happened. I think what happened was that shit wasn't guaranteed, and he already basically, Lomachenko was supposed to fight him before, and he backed out. So I think he believes he's not going to see that fight with Lomachenko, and I think he should just wait.
He used to spar. He was Lomachenko's sparring partner for a long time.
I didn't even know that, but I think you might be right to go up to 140, and I mean you still got Teofimo there, you got Haney, you got Matias.
You got all the top guys, bro. He should go to 140, beat Matias first, show everybody that Matias ain't the boogeyman of 140, that he's the new boogeyman at 140. And if all these dudes keep running from him from 140, bro, he's the man.
Nah, he's not gonna. I mean, I think Teofimo's gonna fight him. I think Teofimo fights him this year. I think Matias is gonna get a big fight this year. I don't think it's a situation where he's not gonna get a big fight, whether it's Shakur or somebody up there. But I don't think Haney's gonna fight him. And I think Haney beats him, to be honest with you. Being real. I think Haney's just too big. You know what I mean? But I mean, I feel yeah.
You said Haney beats Shakur?
No, I don't think he beats Shakur. I think he beats Matias. I don't think he beats Shakur though. I think he really. I think Bill Haney believes. I mean, you didn't see the leak audio. I don't think he believes he can beat Shakur. I think it'll be. I don't think Devin Haney could beat Shakur. I don't
But
think he is.
I don't think I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for him fighting Matias. The only way Haney fights just like Shakur, bro. They stay away from punches. The only thing about Haney that's different from Shakur is that Haney will engage more with a fighter than
Haney
Shakur.
engages more than Shakur. No, I don't believe that. Nah, I'm sorry.
Haney fights, bro. Haney fights.
They're kind of similar. I think
Haney throws
Shakur
some more
is a
punches.
better offensive fighter. That's me, and I think Shakur's a better fighter. Period. But Shakur
Yeah,
just,
period.
I think Shakur has more of a pop than Haney does. He has more pop. But I mean, I don't. And just back to Shakur. I don't believe Shakur is going to really retire. I think Shakur is going to take a couple months off. I think Shakur Stevenson takes a couple months off, and then from there, comes back and fights. But I don't believe Shakur Stevenson is going to is going to officially retire. I think there's too much money to be made. I just think he's frustrated with the process at this point. But I do believe he is going to go up to 140. If he takes I think the retirement is going to be very brief. But I think social media not getting the fights is what's fucking with Shakur. Like, he didn't react well. Like, he's tried everything. He's tried showing up in the ring, calling people out, calling people pussies online. He's tried everything to get a fight and has not gotten it. And he's actually gotten a lot of people's asses to kiss in regards to them saying, fuck him, we're not going to fight him. We're just going to ignore him. He's too dangerous. And he hasn't got the reaction. He's not the money man. You know what I mean? Gervonta is at 135. Haney's the money man at 140 right now. So they're not going to take that risk to fight Shakur. And I think you're right. I think Shakur needs to just say, yo, fuck it. Let me just put my head down and just start beating these guys. And I think if he does beat somebody like Matias, I think he'll get a lot of respect and notoriety, because Matias right now is on fire. So I'm with you. I think he definitely needs to just buckle up and just say, fuck it. Forget Gervonta. Gervonta is not going to fight you, bro. He's just not going to fight you. You know what I mean? You're backing out again. Devin Haney is not going to fight you right now. You know what I mean? I think the best that Shakur could do is Matias at 140, Lomachenko, possibly the winner of Lomachenko-Kambosos, and maybe a Teofimo at 140. And those are the biggest matches I think he could get right now. But in regards to Gervonta, which is, I think, the fight he really wants, because he wants to be the face of boxing. And I think Shakur feels like he has the ability, which he does, but he doesn't have the style that excites a lot of fans. And I think the being attacked by the fans all over like, people, listen, when you're as good as Shakur Stevenson, right, and you're as dangerous as Shakur Stevenson, people are looking for anything to tear you down. And the fact that he did not have a good performance in the last fight really, and the people were giving it to him, really hurt Shakur. And listen, if there's anyone that needs media training, and I've spoken to various athletes from the NFL and stuff like that about him, he needs better media training in regards to how he reacts to what they're doing to him. And I think there's a lot of big fights that Shakur can make, but I do believe because of his skill set, people are going to duck him. I mean, you got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, to me, is the most attractive individual to fight, because I think although he's talented, I don't think he's mentally there, and he's got a buzz. That's why Haney was so upset he didn't get that fight, because for him it was an easy victory. You know what I mean? It was an easy victory for Shakur against Ryan Garcia. At least that's what he looked at. But I think Ryan, popularity-wise, would be a good move for him. Even fighting Rolly Romero. At this point, I understand what Shakur is doing, but I think somebody needs to get in his corner and explain to him what he needs to do in regards to taking his profile to the next level. And, if you watch young Floyd Mayweather, because a lot of people try to compare him to Floyd. When you watch Floyd, when we're talking about Pretty Boy Floyd, not Money Mayweather, when you watch Pretty Boy Floyd, he let his hands go. Pretty Boy Floyd was letting his hands go, whether he was fighting Chop Chop Corley, Diego Corrales. He let his hands go. He got busy. There was points where there was one fight where he almost got dropped. I think it was by Chop Chop Corley, caught him on the left. And he had to kind of say, you know what, let me chill. Once he started getting up in the weights and he got up in age, he changed his style. That's kind of how Shakur fights now. And it's not very exciting. It's not very enticing for the common fan. So to me, Shakur, is a great defensive fighter. He may have to become more of a offensive fighter at this point because, like I said, Mayweather became more passive when he got popular. Before he got popular, Mayweather was letting his hands go.
What you think about if Shakur rematches with De Los Santos, right? After he beats De Los Santos,
Well,
fight Rayo, right?
not nothing that he wants
After
to
he
do.
fights Rayo, bro, these are names that's coming up. What you think about Norman Jr.?
He's not gonna do it for him. These are good fights, but it's not gonna do it. He wants a high profile fight. Listen, he's seeing Devin Haney get the pay-per-view buys. He's seeing Terrence Crawford, who's his whatever, his his big bro. He's seeing Javante getting the pay-per-view. He's seeing Ryan Garcia getting the pay-per-views. These are all guys that are within his range. So the fact that he can't get that is frustrating for him. So he's not going to go backwards. With the Matias fight, I think he got to take the Matias fight or even a Lomachenko fight in order to for him.
He should fight the guy that's been calling out Keyshawn.
Oh, Keyshawn Davis. You talking about Jermaine? He wants a high profile fight, bro. Shakur, listen, and this is just the breakdown of Shakur.
Right there. Those are his fights though. His height, 135. You want to go fight little old Tank? Come on, bro. Just because you got a name.
I mean, it's money. Why do you box? It's for money. Like, guys, listen. Shakur has been in the spotlight most of his career. Coming into boxing, he sees his peers. Like guys, let's be frank at this point. Shakur sees his peers, whether it's Ryan Garcia, whether it's Lomachenko, whether it's Devin Haney, all getting pay-per-view fights. And he's not getting any pay-per-view fights. That's what he wants. I mean, that's what Shakur wants at this point. He wants a big fight.
His name, how are you going to just come into 135 and call all these top guys out? He got a name at the 130 division. Yeah, you beat all them 130 dudes. We know him about the amateurs. We know him about the Olympics. That's how we know him, bro. But at the 135, he don't got no name.
He has a name, bro. He has a name.
Fight.
Who's bigger than Shakur at 135? Who's more popular than Shakur at 135? Lomachenko?
The dudes that already been fighting at 135 for that position, bro.
Bro, he is a top 5 fighter at 135. Popularity-wise, he's up there. Shakur is talented.
He's up there, bro. But when it comes to that 135 division, bro, there's dudes that already been there fighting, bro.
It doesn't.
He gotta see Frank. He gotta go see Schofield. He gotta go see the dude that
are not gonna make money. Shakur Stevenson wants the mega fights. He doesn't want to continue to fight these other guys. He wants the pay-per-view
there and show us
he's there. So let me ask you a question. So Javante Davis versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz is bigger than him fighting Shakur? Never. It's never been. It's never been. Nobody fucking knew who Isaac Cruz was when he fought Shakur. I mean, when he fought Javante. Listen, Shakur Stevenson wants what Tank, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney have right now, which is the absolute power to get pay-per-views. If he was to go and beat, and that's why I say Matias, I think is a really big. If he could go fight Matias, I think that would help his profile because Matias is on fire. People want to see Matias right now, but I mean, I think he's going to end up fighting Lomachenko, but I think people aren't going to give him credit because they're going to say Lomachenko's he's going to be old.
He's old and too small for you, bro. Shakur's mad huge compared to these
Devin Haney. Devin Haney's walking around at 165, fighting guys at 135, 140.
Had to move up because he looked like he was on crack.
Bro, he fought Prograis and was at 165 pounds. That's just what happens. I mean, listen, the big issue right now with Shakur Stevenson is simply not getting the money fights, and that's what he wants. He wants the big pay-per-view fights. When Ryan Garcia is not as good a fighter as him, he's more popular, gets big fights. Devin Haney, I'm sorry?
What you think? I don't even think Ryan Garcia's a great fighter at all.
Oh no, I don't think Ryan. I mean, I think Ryan's a talented fighter, but I don't think mentally he's there. I mean, just see what he's doing. He's on his 4th trainer. He's left multiple camps. He's just not there right now.
I think Ryan's ass, bro. And the fact that him and Devin Haney was 3-3 when they was young.
Kings, I'm sorry, man. Your stream is really fucked up. I can't keep bringing you on, but And regardless, again, back to my point with Shakur, man. I think Shakur will be back. Um, I just feel like he's got to he's really got to do a lot of self. He got to understand boxing. Like, he has to understand, and he has to understand how to build himself up. And his style is not very entertaining. And people keep bringing up the Floyd Mayweather shit and all that stuff, but I'm like, Mayweather was exciting at one point in his career. When he was coming up, Floyd was letting his hands go. That's when I became a fan of Floyd. You know what I mean? And you know, he earned his popularity. When he became Money Mayweather, that's when he became passive. Shakur's been the same. I mean, Shakur's greatest stat is he's been hit the least since I think Floyd Mayweather. And yes, but he's not very entertaining. He doesn't get knockouts. Um, and again, you know, his peers, he talks a lot online, and his peers are getting the fights, and they're clowning him. That's the issue with Shakur. But I do believe Shakur Stevenson will be back. I think he'll be back by September. Um, I just don't know against who, but I would love to see the Matias fight at 140. But you know, I don't know. I mean, he might sit and wait for that Lomachenko fight, the winner. But I don't know. Maybe he's putting pressure on his promoters. Maybe that's what he's doing because they got money invested in him. Maybe he's putting the pressure on Top Rank. People forget that Terrence Crawford was with Top Rank and didn't get what he wanted and eventually left. So maybe that's what he's doing. He's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to put the pressure on you guys to get me those big fights. I mean, maybe that's the tactic that Shakur is doing, and maybe it might work for him. But at this point, Shakur Stevenson is just trying to get in the same bag that his peers are in right now. Listen, Ryan Garcia's next fight, I think his pay-per-view is Rolly Romero. Rolly nor Ryan Garcia have half the talent of a Shakur Stevenson. They just don't. But they're gonna have a pay-per-view fight. Gervonta Davis' next fight is a pay-per-view, I think, on Amazon. Devin Haney is going to be pay-per-view his next fight. Lomachenko and Kambosos, I think, is pay-per-view. I mean, it's there. You know what I mean? It's just Shakur can't get a fight with those guys. And these guys are not going to fight him. He's too big. Pitbull got Rolly. That's what I said. Pitbull got Rolly. I mean, Ryan has who the fuck is Ryan fighting? I forgot. Rolly has Pitbull. It's on the same card as there's another Thurman and I think is it Thurman? I don't know. It's a double main event, but I think it's a pay-per-view card. But Shakur has to figure it out, man, in regards to that. But I think it might be a tactic in order to who Shakur's coach is. I'm not sure. But listen, Shakur's not going to change his style. Maybe he comes a little more aggressive, but he needs those big names. And I think that's where he's at. He's not an exciting fighter where he can fight. He can do what Tank does, where Tank just picks up any guy from the fucking corner and knocks him out, and people tune in to see that. That's not his style. He's a pure boxer who wants those big fights, but those guys look at him as a big risk. And this is me being honest. I think Shakur beats Gervonta Davis. I think Shakur beats Devin Haney. I think he beats them. All of them, to be honest with you. And that's why they're not going to fight him, because he's too big of a risk. He's too big of a risk. Somebody said I'm slandering Tank. I'm not slandering Tank. I'm being honest. There's too many great fighters at 135, 140 for him not to be fighting any of them. But it's about money. He's going to keep building his money and money. As long as people continue to tune in, he's going to continue to fight these tomato cans. It is what it is. It's not disrespecting Tank. It's the facts. You know, you can fight Haney. It's a big fight. But his handlers are going to continue to. And listen, think about this for a second. And this is a compliment to Tank. Let's think about the power of Tank Davis. He fought Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Most people didn't know who the fuck he was. Okay? Nobody knew who he was. Has a decent fight. Now he's in line for big fights. He fights Rolly Romero. I think Rolly had like 13 fights. Not a very skilled fighter. He fights Gervonta Davis. He shows up looking like Craven the Hunter at the press conference. And guess what? People now love Rolly. And this is just being honest. Like, Rolly's one of those guys. I mean, like he's exciting. I mean, people want to tune in and watch him. So to me, it's Javante has that type of profile. He does. He's responsible for people tuning into Rolly Romero. He's responsible for people to want to see Isaac Pitbull Cruz. That is the type of shit, the type of profile that he has. So why would he then go and give that away to somebody who's such a risk? A risk like Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is not a good matchup for him, and he's not going to fight him because he doesn't have to fight him. He doesn't hold a belt. There's nothing that ties him into Shakur. I mean, into fighting him. Shakur isn't out there knocking people out. He's not getting the big fight, so he can continue to duck him as long as he wants. Why would he do that? Now, Haney, on the other hand, is gaining a little more momentum, but Tank is like, it's a big fight, but I'm still the A side. You're gonna have to, have the rehydration clause, right? If you don't sign it, we don't fight you. Tank doesn't care. He's gonna make millions in his next fight anyway. His handlers are doing an excellent job. Listen, I'm not here to take a giant shit on Gervonta Davis. He's doing the smart thing financially. He's not doing this to be a legend, to be an all-time great, because he is not a Hall of Famer at this point. He hasn't done anything to warrant that. He cares more about the financial security of himself, which I can't blame him. This is a sport where you don't play, okay? You don't play boxing. It's a dangerous fight. So I can't blame him, but I can't sit there and also lie to people and say that he's fighting the fights that need to have happened. It's just the facts. It is just the facts. Now, somebody said it's the Tank hate. It's not Tank hate. It's the absolute facts, because nobody here can sit here and tell me that fighting Lomachenko or Haney or Teofimo or any of these big names wouldn't be bigger than him fighting Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Romero. It's the facts. But he's a baby Tyson to where people tune in to watch him knock these guys out regardless of who they are. Listen, baseball, the home run. Football, the bomb, the big play. Basketball, the dunk. Boxing, the knockout. If you have any of those things, you're going to sell tickets. And that's what Shakur does. And his team looks at it. As long as he continues to knock motherfuckers out, people are going to tune in and they're going to have this illusion of how great Tank is. But in reality, if Tank were to retire today, he is not a Hall of Famer. He is not a pound-for-pound fighter, because you're not fighting competition. That's not hate. That's stating the obvious. Anybody that puts him in the top pound-for-pound fighters is being biased. It's not actually calling it what it is. He's not in front of Teofimo. He's not in front of Devin Haney. These are facts. Somebody said, by my logic, Haney is number one. No, Haney's not the number one fighter in the world. He's not. He's top 10 pound-for-pound fighter, absolutely. Alongside guys like Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, he's there. He's there. You can't take it away. You beat Lomachenko, you beat Kambosos, you can't 140 beat Prograis. He's fighting the champions. That's how you judge things. Gervonta's not fighting anybody. And that's just the facts. I mean, who brings in the most revenue? He's a Mexican guy named Canelo Alvarez. He's the draw. Are we high right now? But listen, listen. If I was Gervonta's camp, I'd probably be the same way, because there's no actual anybody that's on his level. Like when Floyd had the big fight versus Manny and Floyd were on the same level, kind of. So it made it into a mega fight. So there's no real value in fighting any of these individuals if you're Tank right now, simply because there's nobody that equates what you bring to the table. The closest was Ryan Garcia, but in skill level, he's not up there with those guys. Especially mentally, he's not there. So, I'm not here to shit on Tank, but I got to keep it a beam. I mean, let's look at the trajectory. We don't know. Nobody's putting pressure on Tank Davis to fight any of these fighters, right? Now look at the flip side. And people want to talk hate. Canelo Alvarez is lined up. Look at the lineup that are his next possible 4 fights. Charlo, Munguia, probably won't happen because it'll be for Oscar De La Hoya. Terrence Crawford and Benavidez. Those are 4 big fights that people are clamoring to see and putting pressure on Canelo to fight, right? Which is amazing, to be honest with you. Gervonta doesn't have that, and he actually has the names to do it. That's sad at this point, okay? But you gotta look at, like, listen, Canelo, win, lose, or draw, has pushed his career to where he's at. Whether however you feel about him, he lost to Bivol. Bivol's literally a light heavyweight. Okay, you beat him, got him. I watched the fight. I'm a big Canelo supporter. Comes back, does what he does, gets his hand surgery. Now he's lining up Charlo, who people said he was running from. Okay, Bud Crawford, who a lot of people aren't trying to jump in front of. Benavidez is gonna go down. Canelo will fight Benavidez, and I think it's going to be Cinco de Mayo 2025. I think he's building up that fight to be a mega fight, and I think it's a smart way to go. People really want to see Benavidez beat Canelo, and that's just what it is. Okay, Canelo, when he's done, when he hangs up his gloves, is going to have arguably the greatest resume in boxing. One of the greatest ever. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Canelo Alvarez is back in the gym. I think he's going to fight Charlo. I think it's most likely he's going to fight the big brother, Charlo, in May. That's not a walk in the park, okay? Okay? It's not a walk in the park. But then you're going to follow with Bud Crawford. You got to take your hat off for somebody like Canelo Alvarez because he doesn't have to fight these guys. He's getting paid boatloads of money, more than anyone out there, and is still fighting the best because as a Mexican, he believes in his legacy. You know what I mean? He really believes in his legacy. He believes in being he's a Hall of Famer right now, easily. You know what I'm saying? I think people want, and it's crazy, like people want to see Canelo lose. Look at the comments. Absolute. Crawford is going to smoke Canelo. No, he's not. He's not. I see somebody make a comment that he possesses a lot of the same problems that Floyd would possess. No, Floyd was a very slick fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like Crawford had problems with guys like Sean Porter. If you watch that Sean Porter fight, if he doesn't knock him out, he doesn't win. A lot of people had him losing that fight. And again, I think Bud is phenomenal. Yes, he had a phenomenal performance versus Errol Spence. But going into that fight, a lot of people had Errol winning that fight. I mean, that's just the facts. So if you think he's going to go up 3 weight classes, not 1, not 2, but 3 weight classes and walk through Canelo, are you fucking high? No, listen. Bud didn't even want to take the fight at first, but the paycheck for that fight would be bigger than anything he's ever faced. Am I lying? You think he wants to go up to 168 to fight Canelo? No, he wants that bag. He's 35, going on 36. He wants that bag. He wants the bag. Canelo is the bag. Now, it's a tough situation for Canelo because Canelo wins, Bud was too small. It is what it is. People do not want to give. He was not beating Porter easily. Stop that. Go look at the scorecards. Canelo is a different type of fighter. Whether you like him or not, he's not your typical setup Mexican fighter. He does a lot of things well. And Bud knows that. But Bud also knows that people are not going to take nothing away from him from losing to Canelo. If he loses to Canelo. Again, Crawford is a talented fighter. Canelo's the only one that doesn't gain anything but a check to fight Crawford. Crawford gets everything at this point. And that's just being honest. I think Bud is a phenomenal fighter at 147, 140. Jump into 168. Now, again, he's not going to walk down Canelo. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to fight a fight it's going to be crazy. I think Canelo walks him down. His counter punching is going to have to be on another level. He's not going to knock out Canelo. Canelo has probably the best chin in boxing. So you're going to talk about somebody that's relentless coming for you, that has the power to hurt you. That is not something that Bud has ever faced. And the talent level, the skill level of what Canelo gets is insane. He doesn't. Somebody says he gains nothing from beating the number 1 pound. He's not the number 1 pound for pound guy for me. Canelo is. I'm sorry. He just isn't. He doesn't gain. Canelo, listen, the way the people perceive Canelo Alvarez, right? They want to see him lose. he wins that fight, everyone is going to say Bud Crawford was too small. That's just what it is. I get what Canelo is saying. It is what it is. And I'm not taking nothing from Bud. Bud is a great fighter. But Canelo holds all the cards in this situation. And I think it will happen. And it looks like it's going to happen possibly in September, which is absolutely crazy. Bud is not stupid. That's why he's not going to fight Bud Boots. That's why he's not going to fight none of these individuals. Okay? He's just not. Canelo versus Bud in September, I think people are going to be going for Bud. A lot of people look at Canelo as they want to see him lose. Somebody said Bud is on a 10-fight KO streak. Against who? He's not knocking out Canelo Alvarez. I'm sorry. He's not knocking out Canelo Alvarez. If there is a knockout, it'll probably be the other way. But I think Bud is very strong. He has a wrestling background. He has strong legs. I just don't see him pushing Canelo back. You know, he's gonna have to really be afoot. He's gonna have to be moving around a lot. He's gonna have to land a lot of counters. It's not. And even if you watch the Mayweather fight, there's a lot of pot shots going around, making him miss. He's going to have to do those things. That's something that Bud is actually not. He's not. He's a great fighter, period. But he's not known to be a defensive fighter. I mean, he's a good defensive fighter, yes, but it's a different type of fight. You know what I mean? Somebody said Bud didn't go. He didn't fight Canelo. Triple G didn't knock out Canelo. Like it's Canelo's chin is absolutely crazy. He's been hurt like one time in his career, and he was like 147 pounds at the time, or 154. Somebody says it's cap. Okay. We'll see. When the fight happens, everybody's going to be on it. Everybody's going to be like, yo, Bud was just too small. He was this. He was that. If Bud loses, I'm just saying. That's what I'm going to say. The punches you don't see hurt the most. I hear you. The ones that are coming for you, I mean, he's never been hit by anybody like Canelo, and by that size. I'm just saying. But Canelo has a huge schedule lined up. If you're a Canelo Alvarez fan, if you're a boxing fan in general, I mean, those 4 fights are crazy. Munguia just came off one of the best fights I've seen in a while, where he just destroyed Ryder. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to. I was leaning towards Munguia for September because I thought, you know, he would do it. But from my understanding, you know, that fight's not gonna happen because of the beef with Oscar. You know, Oscar has a lot of beef. I mean, he got problems with Canelo for years. He's been trying to get that fight. He even came. What did he say? Oscar came out and he didn't take a shot, but he was like, Munguia is going to be undisputed at 168, which means that he believes that he'll beat Canelo. You know, he got Freddie Roach training him. It is what it is. Munguia is a dangerous fighter at 140, but those 4 fights to me are crazy. And then you're throwing the 5th, possibly Bivol or Better Be at 175. Canelo got a nice schedule ahead of him. No other boxer has that. So whether you hate Canelo or not, no other boxer has a resume nor a schedule like Canelo Alvarez right now. And it's exciting. Boxing in 2024 is so dope for me. I'm looking forward to it. You know, somebody said, yo, Rich Banks, honestly, bro, like, you literally know shit about boxing. Like, I can't even talk to you. Like, seriously, like, what are you talking about? He beat Errol Spence. Yes, Errol Spence. Okay. That's not Canelo Alvarez, dude. Sorry to tell you that. He's taking a look like Floyd. And Bud doesn't even fight like Floyd, which is crazy. Like, they don't fight nothing alike at all. But it's a lot of good fights. I think Teofimo's fighting Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz came out, ripped the poster. He's talking this shit. 2024 is fire. Usyk is fighting Fury next month. Tim Tszyu fighting Keith Thurman. Bro, there is a lot of good boxing coming up in 2024, and I'm excited to see it. Shakur, you can't retire, nigga. You can't retire when boxing is at its peak right now. You need to jump in there and get a little more aggressive, man. Nobody wants to see the point wins. They want to see it start dominating some individuals. I get it. That's not how you are. That's not how you fight. That's not who you are. I don't know what to tell you. Devin Haney, maybe you call Bill Haney. Call Bill. Bill's doing an excellent job of promoting his son. Devin. A fucking excellent job. Devin Haney doesn't even punch hard. But he's maneuvering very smart and getting the fights. Why is Devin Haney getting the fights and not Shakur Stevenson? I don't know. I don't know. You got to talk to your camp. Whoever's in his camp, you got to talk to Shakur. Because Devin is not a more exciting fighter than you. You guys are very similar. Who you got in the Thurman fight? Are you fucking serious? Simzu's going to sleep him. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. Listen, Shakur, we need you back. Stop chasing Gervonta. Just beat the guys in front of you. Go over to 140. Fight Matias. Maybe fight Tiafimo. Fight these guys. There's other names out there. I don't know if he's attempted to fight these individuals. You know what I'm saying? But forget about Devin Haney. Forget about Gervonta Davis. They're not going to fight you. Just take it off the list. Just get out of there. They're not going to fight you. You know what I mean? Somebody said Devin understands the manager side of boxing. Bill Haney's doing a great job. They're doing a great job of giving him fights that Devin's gonna win. Progrades to me wasn't a good fight, but it was a smart fight for him to take. He goes up now. He's at 140. He's chilling. He's ballooning up to 165. But I don't want to see him versus Martin Barrios. That's a terrible fight. I would love to see against Matias. I'll take some questions. My man UKNW says, "What do you think about Ryan Garcia and all this stuff going on lately?" Oh shit. Hold on, let me get that real quick. So let me answer my guy UKNW. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Ryan. I think Ryan is a talented kid, but I think he's a kid. I think whoever's in his corner, I don't know who's giving him advice. It's not giving him the right advice. From leaving Reynoso and Canelo camp to then going and fighting Tank with this guy with Goosen, and then switching again the next fight, and then just doing a lot of stuff. He ended up taking a break, saying it was a mental issue. I really do believe he has mental issues, and I think he has to rectify that before he fights. Paulie Malignaggi, I think, I don't know I think it was him. I'm not 100% sure, but the quote is real. Said that Ryan Garcia is more concerned about being a star than a great boxer. And that's a really good analogy because I feel like that applies to a lot of these boxers, whether it's Chris Colbert. A lot of these guys get caught up in hanging out with, or Edgar Berlanga, hanging out with Fat Joe and Tracy Morgan and being all over the place, and forget that this is a dangerous sport and you got to focus, and I think when you start getting caught up in that stuff, you start failing yourself and you start taking away from what got you there. And I think Ryan, and just me personally, I think Ryan is there. And even the situation with having a baby and then announcing on Twitter the next day that he's divorcing his baby mother was absolutely crazy. That's not something that a sane person does. If you're married or anything like that, you don't do that. It's a bad situation, and Ryan showed his age in that situation. Just the number of fighters, the number of trainers he's going through. Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, the number of trainers that he's going through. The shit with De La Hoya and Hopkins. When you get up there, you're coming back from you're doing your comeback fight off of the Gervonta Davis fight, and your presser. The night before the fight, you come after Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya. I'm like, dude, you got an opponent coming up, and you're worried about that? That's something that you handle. They had a lawsuit. I think Oscar had a lawsuit versus Ryan. I follow that up with the Rolly Romero fight that was supposed to happen, that they were trying to make the Haney fight happen. That didn't happen. Floyd got involved somehow. All of a sudden, Rolly gets the fight. Then all of a sudden, Oscar counters, says, fuck that. The Rolly fight doesn't happen since he outpriced him. It's just a lot of mess that I feel like Ryan has created and needs to figure out how to fix it. Now, again, maybe he's trying to get out of the deal with Oscar. I don't know, but it definitely needs to be some amicable split or something, because it's affecting how Ryan thinks, how he moves, and things of that nature. So to me, and it's just my opinion again, I don't think Ryan is mentally there, and I think it's going to hurt his career because he has a fan base. So now a lot of the fights that you're seeing aren't going to be just You know, they're going to be high-profile fights. Everybody's looking at him as food. Devin Haney looks at him as not a dangerous opponent. He feels like he can beat him. He's not going to be prepared. I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to take his profile. And that's why I respect the Bill Haney and the Devin Haney in that regard, because they know when to push the trigger, when to press the button, and when to move a certain way. And I think in that regard, they're doing an excellent job. And, you know, a lot of people are going to come up off of Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And he's not in line with his management. He's not in line with, his promoters. I don't know about his management, but there's something off in that situation. So to answer your question, I don't know if Ryan is being greedy. I think Ryan is being overwhelmed by what he's experiencing in regards to being famous. And that's just being honest. Like, you know, I seen him in a private jet the other day doing this. You know, you start hanging with Floyd, you start seeing what Floyd's doing. People forget Floyd put in a lot of work to live that type of lifestyle. And that can be taken away from you any minute. So I think Ryan Garcia needs to really buckle down, pray, and, you know, figure out what's the best thing for him. And I think he needs to stay away from. He needs to get back to training and maybe go back to his original trains. I don't know, but Ryan right now mentally, he is very vulnerable, and I think boxers like Haney's and these guys are going to take advantage of it and take his profile. And that's why you got to, like I said, again, that's why I said you got to respect Bill Haney. He understands who to put his son in front of at this point, and that's just how I feel. Again, tomorrow we'll be back at 12 p.m. I will be back every day this week, and we will definitely talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I'm going to have guests on, stuff like that. We're going to get this channel rocking. If you notice, I have the ladder in the background. I've been renovating, but we're going to get this channel rocking. Support your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just support. We're going to get busy. We're going to do this every day, 12 p.m. Make sure you're tuned in. It's your boy, Norbs, and we are out.
We ain't playing fair for nothing. Little niggas put in work. Shorty riding for his cousin. He be chillin', but it's nothing. You just gotta push his button. I ain't slipping, got a smiffin'. Niggas thought that I be bluffing. Yo, I'm a dog, nothing less than a Great Dane. I'm really from the street, so we had to hustle to maintain. I never switched up, I just changed lanes. I be with them niggas getting money and with niggas who gang bang. You niggas too frilly, you too strange. Cop some better work, hit the block, save up, get a new chain. I see my uncle hop in a new range. He taught me how to rap, bubble pack. Now I got me some new flavor. I know y'all niggas thought that y'all had me, but the glick in the stash, she tried me. Get popped like acne. We got buttons on the back of them ratchets. Two turn can't relax me. Rock designer, bitch, ain't none of us tacky. Ain't have nothing but some noodles in the crib. On that demon time, I move crucial with my blick. Baby, I'm a blubber.